Welcome back to the Computer Programming University. We are going to do a script today. I'm going to call it the Job Tracker Script. So let's say you're looking for a job and you want a script that you can quickly enter information, phone numbers, recruiting agencies, actual companies that have contacted you. It's a real simple script, but I'm going to walk you through the process. So I already have my directory where I'm going to create it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and start creating our script. So let's pull up VIM and we're going to call it job tracker.sh, and we're going to start with our shebang. So bin KSH, Korn, my favorite shell. And we could put some notes here. I just want to create a rough framework for this, right? So let's just say this is to track jobs, whatever. We're going to improve this in the future. I just want to get the basic principle done, right? So we're just going to knock this out really quickly. So first thing, obviously, you're going to be inputting data, right? So let's go ahead and we can use a read command, and we want to create a variable. So let's say we're tracking jobs. So I'm going to call the variable job. Each entry or each record is going to be a job, right? So job, and then we can put in quotes. We can put enter job details. And then, you know what's probably the better strategy? Because, I mean, I could put a menu on top so I know what the format is. So I could say enter job details and then give you like a sort of a, what do you call it? Like a key or a legend. So it'll say what each column is, right? So I could say agency, comma this, comma that, comma that. So when you're typing in information, you can refer to that. So that might be the way I want to do it. Or I could ask for every single thing. I could say, enter the job thing, enter the whatever thing. I think it's better to do the menu format, because what if I don't have all the fields, right? I think this is a simpler way for me to enter whatever I want to enter. Anything I don't have any values for, I'll just leave them blank, and we can put logic into the script how to handle, blank fields. But I think the only thing about this is this could be potentially error prone, because what if I enter into the wrong fields? But again, we just want to get the basics done. So what I'm going to do, we'll say enter job details below and spell below properly. A little space there. So that's good. So it's going to ask you for the details, and then wherever you type in, it's going to be assigned to the variable job, and then we can output that into a file. So we can say echo $job into jobs.dat, right? And we're going to append it. Later on, we can do checks, like, for example, what if it's already there, right? We want to have duplicate entries, so we want to do some kind of checking and things like that. But again, we just want to get the foundation going, get something that we can actually play around with and get a feel for it, like how this works, what we like, what we don't like, and then use that as a sort of catalyst to the further design or enhancements to the script. So before we do that, let's go up here and let's add a sort of legend. So I'm going to let you know what the format of this is going to be. So I actually already have an Excel spreadsheet. So just for reference, here's the spreadsheet, which, I'm playing around with some different ideas about how I want this to go. So last update, because I want to in the future be able to, you haven't contacted someone in a while, maybe it's a reminder type of thing. So it's last update, agency, client, so that'll be the actual employer, contact information, the agent name, as opposed to agency. So the agent at the agency, right? So the person who called you from the agency, date, time, job rating, A rating. Of course, here I have that defined with the thing. So it's agency rating, how I like the agency. So all these are different fields. This is a lot of fields. I don't want to start off with so many fields. Again, I want to get just the basics going. So using that as a template, that's what I'm looking at over on the right. I am going to say, let's start with the very basic. So let's do, the main things should be on the left, right? Most important things that I'm going to be referring to a lot. And with job search, you want to be calling people back, right? So I'm going to say contact. Oh, it'd be nice if I'm in the right window. Contact, comma, agent, comma, and this is kind of information that you typically get from a voice message that a job recruiter would call you with. So contact, agent, definitely want the date, and we got to figure out what kind of date format we want to work with. That makes sense. And then for now, I think I'm going to just give a J rating. So that's a job rating. I think I can actually call this the full name, even though in the database I'm not going to call it that. I'll call it J rating for short. Job rating. So maybe it's more easy to understand as a quick reference. So that's the format. So whenever whenever it says read job, right? Read job, enter job details below. It's going to put whatever you enter into the variable job. So what we can do, and just in case, what I like to do with scripts like this, where you're gonna automatically output to a file. If the file's not there, you're gonna get an error. I could put logic to where how to deal with that, or what I like to do is, because let's say you run the script for the first time in a directory where there is no currently a dat file. So what I like to do is I like to do a touch jobs.dat. So if there isn't a jobs.dat file, it's going to create one. If there is one, it's just going to update the current date on the file. So either way, everywhere you run this script, there is going to be a jobs.dat file created. If there's one already, it's just going to be updating the date on the file. And that's it. So there'll never be a case where it's not going to work because the file isn't there. So this append will always work. That's the double greater than. That's the appending to this file. So what we can do is we can add, I think what I'm going to do, well, this should definitely be a loop because we want to constantly be able to update things. I'll add an option to where you can exit out of the loop if you want to, but I want to make this a loop. So let's turn this into an actual loop. So let's go ahead and convert this into a while loop. So let us do touch. We're not going to do that over and over again. We're going to do this over and over again. So I'm going to put a little space behind there, just, you know, keeping the formatting nice. So we're going to do a while true do, and then we're going to do all this stuff, and then we'll do a done. Is this going to work? You guys tell me. Let's see. There's an error with this. Go ahead and comment below and let me know. But right now we're going to go ahead and test it out. So let's do a 777 job tracker. Okay, I can just tab that out. I don't know why I'm typing it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Job, tap that out. Job tracker. So there it is. It gives us the formatting on top. I think I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to add that to it. But we can enter the job details. So contact Carl, comma. Actually, that should be a phone number. That should be a phone number. So let's do contact 917-809-9999, comma. Agent is jobs are us. And then we have date. See, I don't want you to enter the date manually. I think the script should enter the date. So no problem. I'm gonna change the formatting of this script, but let's just test the script to make sure it works. Let's just say date, and then we're gonna say job rating. Let's say the job rating is a 4. Or actually, let's say I don't even know it yet. So I'm just gonna say just leave it blank. All right. So you see it loops again. It's asking for another thing. So we're gonna have to add an exit for this later on, but if we take a look, we'll see jobs that is there. So if we do a cat, we can see there it is. All right, so exactly as we typed it in. So let's make some changes to the script. So what we're gonna do is we're going to remove the date from the format, from the user format. So let's go ahead and X that out there and enter job details below. So what we're going to do is we can easily add the date here. So we can say echo, put a quote there and a quote there. We can say job, comma, and then we can say $, and parentheses. We can put date. I'm going to change the format of the date, but just to let you guys see how this works or doesn't work. Maybe this is not right. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and do a test on this and see how that works. So let's try it. So contact is 917. That's good enough just for testing purposes. And the next field is agent. So let's say agent is Carl, and the job rating is a 4. So now we can see it's looping, right? So it goes to the next iteration. So let's do a cat on jobs.dat and see how it looks. So now you see the second entry is a little bit different. So now we have the contact number, the name, the job rating, and then the date, right? So what I'm going to do is we are going to change the date format. So we can figure out the date format. So let's do a +%m +%d. So we could do that. We could do that if we wanted to. Yeah, let's do that for now. So we can go ahead and copy this and put this into the script. So let's go back into the script, and we're going to change the date format to that date format. We don't want it the way it was before, a little bit too verbose. So let's go out here and run it again, and we can see 917 and comma Carl, comma 4, and if we exit out of this and we cat the file, we can see that's how it is now formatted. So we have the contact, the name, job rating, and then the date. And this can easily be converted to an Excel document. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I am going to let's modify the script so that we actually, let's be real here, right? This is supposed to be intended to be a CSV. So let's make it a CSV, right? Because if we try to open this up in with Excel's perhaps going to look at this DAT and be like, I don't know what the hell that is. So let's make it a CSV. That's what it's going to be. That's an intended purpose, right? So let's create a CSV file, or just a file with CSV extensions so that Windows will pick up on that. And that's it. It's pretty simple. In a future episode, what we can do is we can add an option where, depending on, there'll be an option like if you hit enter and don't enter any values at the end of this loop, it'll break the loop and just pretty much stop, because it's going to keep asking you over and over again. What if you want to stop, right? So we got to make some things so you can be able to exit from the script. But that's all I wanted to cover today. Again, and this is just a basic foundation for building this type of a script. In future episodes, we're going to make this a little bit more advanced. So you definitely want to subscribe for that to see where we take this. I'm always open to suggestions, so definitely comment below. Let me know what you think about the design so far. What are your ideas in terms of how we should build a script, how we should design a script, and we can have a conversation going and have this be a collaborative effort, because ultimately when this is done, I want this to be something that I can allow you guys to download and use for your own purposes. To, you know, you can reverse engineer it in terms of making it better or different, or just as a learning tool, or you can actually utilize it for your own job search purpose, right? So you decide. Anyway, Computer Programming University, thank you for watching. Those of you new subscribers, make sure you click on the bell icon next to the subscribed button so you get notified of new uploads. And everyone, if you watch this video, you enjoyed it, click on the like button. Very, very much appreciated. It's Computer Programming University, brought to you by Carlisle Speaks Wall Street. Thank you, and have an awesome day. Bonjour. Ciao. Adios.